Sorry about that. There you go. So, good evening and welcome to another Fans Forum night. And I've got four fantastic lads here. And good evening to you, Billy.
Evening.
How are you doing, Chips? And how are you doing, Listen?
Yeah.
And how's my guy, Annie? You okay? Yeah.
Oh, he gets a my guy. We don't. Oh, we've all been downgraded.
I'm going to put the big up Steve Booth.
Steve Booth. There you go, that's much better. So yeah, I mean, thanks to you guys coming on, and if you do like the video, please smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. I'm 96 away from getting 1K, so please support us for that one. And yes, but the cat case and the takeover. Basically, yesterday, I thought, in my opinion, I thought Jarrell, the one of the QCs for the St. James Holdings, done a magnificent job. I thought, and for me, he was the man of the match, in my opinion. So I'll start with you, Billy. And what do you think of the cat case? What do you think is going to happen? And how do you think it went?
I watched the first 4 or 5 hours of it, and they were late to start. I thought, God, here we go. Within 5 minutes of them starting, the Premier League lawyer Lewis wanted to make it a private thing. So they went off and discussed it, and we'd already had this discussion once before about whether it should be in the public domain or private. The judge kind of threw that out, and then he kind of, what I would call, filibustered for 3 or 4 hours. You see that in Parliament sometimes when they're going for votes, for special votes, and someone from the opposite party will talk through it so they don't get to vote. It's called filibustering. He rabbited on for 3 or 4 hours, not making any real points, really, just kept mentioning bylaws and high laws and subsections and all this, trying to confuse the people that are watching, I think. But he had his wrist slapped by the judge for that, I think. When Jal came in to bat, he kind of put it straight to the table. And, you know, the kind of threat that they gave us, they were going to throw us out the league and this kind of stuff. And they were trying to say that Lewis was trying to point out that there was no need for the cat case, that he was trying to tie it to the arbitration, which isn't true. You know, it kind of got put on his face that the judge said, this isn't the arbitration, this is a cat, this is about restriction of trade, etc., compensation. And the judge actually did slap the Premier League's lawyer's wrist, and yeah, without a doubt, it was quite a big points win. Usyk Joshua type points win for our side, and Daniel Jarrell thought it was outstanding.
Wow, I have to agree with you there. I thought Jarrell was outstanding for what I've seen and what I've read about, sort of thing. And I mean, the QC for the Premier League, I mean, he was out of his depth by the sounds of it, and he just didn't have a clue whatsoever. It was just embarrassing. And
I'm not sure he was out of his depth, but he was fighting the losing battle because he's on the wrong side of the case, isn't he? I don't think he was out of his depth as such, but he was given the wrong side of the case to argue for, and it's plain to see that from the old situation, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. And on to you, Chips, and give it to you. And what's your take on the cat case, and what's your view?
Well, it sounded to me as if the Premier League did everything they tried to could, just as they've done for the last 2 years of this table. Let's just delay it. The bloke waffled on more than Captain Birdseye. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was literally just 3 or 4 hours of crap that he spoke. I mean,
oh man!
I mean, all he did was try and delete us having our say, and then as soon as we had our say, it was like a boxing match. It was like they do the first job, then we come back with the second job. And I thought we won yesterday. Quite honestly, I thought Premier League got exposed to what they really are, and for the Premier League to come say want stuff done behind closed doors without any cameras or anything, when they said months ago they were happy for that to take place with cameras and with people in, shows that there's something going on. There's something going on there that they don't want people to know about. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if the Big Six are giving them money to shut them up or something, or to try and buy them, trying to stop this takeover from happening. I wouldn't be surprised, and they don't want it leaked out that they're getting backhanders, or there's something going on that stinks in this league, right? Because they're top 6 club are running it, and it's not on. I mean, surely they want a competition in this league, not just one or two teams that can walk like the past 2 years where Liverpool have dominated and then Man City have dominated. I mean, they go on about wanting to kick us out. They never thought about kicking them out when they wanted to bugger off into their own division, did they? There's £3 million. There you go. But no, they want to kick us out because we want the best for this football club and the best for the region. Absolutely ridiculous.
Unbelievable. I totally agree there. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The joke is like, but yeah, I see your point, Sam, not part. Oh, Jason, and how are you tonight? You okay? I know you got to go on another show later, but what's your thoughts, mate?
I still need to read up on it. I never watched it, and I haven't had time to catch up on it. So the only thing I saw was, what I've been seeing a lot is that they wanted to kick us out of the league, which that's absolutely what a load of bollocks that is. Trying to protect their own asses just to boot us out of the league, so they haven't got to deal with us. What a load of fucking rubbish!
Unbelievable. I can't believe that. When I saw that, I thought, I got to a lot of people watching Battle. Yes, so do smash it up, smash the likes up there. Thanks very much indeed. Yeah, you're right. I mean, when I heard that, I thought, wow, this is emotional blackmail here. Emotional blackmail. And you know what? That should be put on arbitration, big stuff, because that can go against the Premier League. And when he said, so it's okay, to allow the Big Six to go for the Super League and bring them back, but to kick us out of the league. So that's okay then. Unbelievable, Tekkas. Unbelievable, Jeff. Sure. Wow. And, there you go. Hey, John, sure, I'll pass you to so you happy with it then, Jason? Or do you think going to win this? Do you think Joel won at Hamstoon?
I'm still not going to get my hopes up yet until January. It's just going to keep on going on and on and on and on and on until then. So until we get a final answer, I'm just going to keep ignoring it.
Fair enough. And Annie, how are you tonight? You okay?
I'm fine.
You good? You champion stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching it or you've been at school or known about it. And what's your take on the cat case and what happened yesterday?
Funny story, actually. I forgot my physics book, and I looked at my phone, and then I saw about this cat case. And I've read a bit about it, but obviously I'm not allowed to too much because I'm in school. But the fact that the Premier League, the top board, the top institution in world football, really, apart from a few other things, maybe, but in terms of clubs, it is probably one of the best leagues in the world. The fact that they're kicking out a club, they're threatening to kick out a club which has been struggling with ownership, with manager, with fans not being on board with what the owner and manager think about how this club's going to progress in the future. I think the fact that they're threatening a club like that to be kicked out really shows how much money matters to them, because they don't care. They could kick out Burnley. Hello, Ryan. They could kick out Burnley.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Danny.
No, Dan. Danny.
Hey, you're right.
Hello.
How are you
As I was
doing,
saying,
guys?
How many TVs you gone through the cat path?
I've run out.
Go on, carry on, Annie.
But yeah, but as I was saying, they could kick out the so-called lesser clubs. They could kick out Newcastle, they could kick out Norwich, they could kick out Burnley. Nothing would really happen to their views because, well, people tune in from abroad because of Manchester United and Ronaldo, Liverpool because of their history, Manchester City because of the money, Arsenal because it's Arsenal, Chelsea because it's Chelsea, and Tottenham maybe. But their so-called Big Six is the reason the Premier League get their money. And the fact that they're kicking out, they're threatening to kick out, is disgraceful. Another thing is, I don't think it makes sense for the Premier League to kick out Newcastle right now, because, well, who are they going to bring in? Where are they going to put Newcastle? What's going to happen?
They don't care about the history. It's just the top six shit. I see top six fans all around my area, and they're clueless about their club. I try having conversations about them, and I know more about the top six than these so-called fans in my area.
The thing is, right, if
doesn't matter.
If they're threatening to kick us out, have they done this before to other clubs? But other clubs have been too scared to say anything. No?
Probably.
Wow.
This might not be the first time they've done it. They might have done this on more than one occasion, but like I said, no club's got to this stage where they want to fight it or anything like that, so they haven't had a chance to appeal it or make it public like we have.
I don't recall a club having a takeover not turned down, but let run like this before ever. I just don't recall it. They've all been accepted as far as I can remember.
Well, the top six have I.
The owners that are trying to take.
When Chelsea got an owner that isn't even allowed in the country, how does that work?
Yeah.
Well, how is Burnley able to get a takeover and he can't?
You can see how Mike Ashley's was allowed, can't you, really? Because he's got no danger of challenging the top six.
Absolutely.
Crazy, man. Yeah, thanks for that, Anno. Even to Ryan, even to Daniel. Daniel, I know they're going to be passionate. So I've just seen your message there, magnificent yesterday. For me, I'll give Joel a 10 out of 10 if I did my player ratings. It was absolutely fantastic. And I know you're passionate, Daniel. And yeah, tell us your thoughts, Pet. Tell us your thoughts.
I just thought it was pure entertainment, right from the get-go. I felt like the Premier League were just trying to hide behind arbitration. We know that CAT's not about arbitration. It's about anti-competitive behaviour. Weren't interested in answering anything about that, funnily enough. And then after seemed like about 5 months, when we finally got our say, I just thought it was very entertaining watching the Premier League QC get very angry. He was moving around in his seat. He called our QC an idiot on mute. It was clear to see. And I felt the hiding and the reason what they've done in terms of, trying to expel us from the league is down for one reason and one reason only: blackmail. The stuff that's going to come out is going to split this Premier League. It'll explode. And this is just the start. So I was absolutely delighted. Like, I was over the moon. I thought it was a master stroke to have Nick DeMarco there with his black and white tie. I found that amazing to see. And I think we'll win it. I think there's no kind of way that we can not win this case. Now, moving on to the arbitration, I don't know. I don't know about arbitration, because can you separate the Saudi state from PIF? Is it about total separation, or is it about layered separation? So is there enough layers between PIF and, the Saudi state?
Well, the World Trade Organization have, so the Premier League have no reason to not.
Absolutely. But I think, this panel that they're going in front of, the guy who's the chair has a lot to do with the owners and directors test.
That's right.
He's worked with the Premier League before. How
not a level playing field, is it? The arbitration case.
So I'm not. Will it go ahead on the 4th of January? Because it won't on the 3rd. It's a bank holiday. The courts are shut. Probably not, because something will probably come up before then. So I predict what will happen is that this case will run, and it will run side to side with the arbitration. I thought it was really interesting when the I don't know if judge is the right word. The chairman yesterday said that he didn't believe the Premier League the Premier League's line that they couldn't possibly run two cases side by side. They absolutely can run two cases side by side. They've got two different legal teams working on each case. So let it run. Let's see who kind of falters first, because I know for a fact it won't be us. If we don't get this takeover, for me, it's not about Saudi anymore. This isn't about Saudi. This is about every club that gets into this Premier League who isn't in the top 6 and who fans want to dream and want to achieve something. And how dare Masters and Hoffman think that Hoffman's already ruined Barclays anyway in Northern Rock. The reason that they went bust was because of Gary Hoffman. How dare they take that away from us? Like, I've never heard anything so funny in my life, and they said they were going to expel us from the league. Okay, hon. Of course you are.
Jal's biggest masterstroke of the day was when he managed to make comment about the letters from BA to all the other clubs. Now that wasn't really allowed to come out, because they were talking about whether this disclosure can come out or not. But he managed to get it in there, so now it has to come out at some stage. Once that comes out, Hoffman and Masters not only going to lose their jobs, they could well be in for a bit of custodial time.
Well, the guy was like this. It was like watching me and watching a game on a Saturday. He was like this. He see the Premier League QC. He was just like, and I just thought he's lost it. Like, he's absolutely lost it. The judge had to tell him a couple of times, So I think we win. I think whether we get the takeover or not, I think that's a side issue now. I think we need to expose this lot for exactly what they are. Richard Masters and Gary Hoffman, absolute disgrace of human beings. The top 6 are a disgrace. Let's run some owners and directors tests again, and let's see how many of their owners pass, because I guarantee probably 5 out of 6 wouldn't.
I'll tell you one thing as well, mind. I'll tell you what, how much exposure do the Premier League want? Because if we keep exposing them, there's going to get to a stage where they'll say, "Oh, we don't want to be embarrassed anymore." They might pull out. They might pull out.
Well, this is it.
I don't know if you saw it on Twitter earlier, but Panorama are looking for not people, but for evidence. The Panorama are going to run an episode based on it, and we have to be really careful as a fan base that nothing gets divulged to them that could jeopardise our case now, because the Premier League would love it. They would absolutely love it. But again, Saudi takeover for me, I don't know, because I'm not legal minded. I don't know if you can separate Bin Salman from PIF. I don't know. But this cannot be allowed to happen again. It cannot be allowed to happen to anyone else. Like, Annie, for you, example, what happens if your team got promoted and somebody came in for you like this, and you'd be denied a chance because of them 2 idiots at the top? Like, come on, it's not right.
But I don't want our owners to change.
You might if they were the richest people in the world.
Look, for me, ownership is not about money. It's about whether you care about the club or not. Yeah. It's good you have the money, but if I have the money, Newcastle, Saudi's takeover planned do have, and somebody came in to buy Bristol City, I was like, yeah, great. But do you care about the club? If they don't, I don't want them there, because I don't care if they've got the money your potential new owners have. They don't care about the club. There's no real point. It's just going to be another Mike Ashley all over again. We all keep saying, everybody in this chat room, Mike Ashley has the money to invest, but he just doesn't choose to invest it because he doesn't care. Exactly the same thing if it happens with a different owner and they don't care.
Not this owner though, because we've got Jamie Rubin, we've got Amanda Staveley,
who's
own
already said what they want to do.
The top 6
He's
owners
already
don't care about.
These have put the blueprint down of what they want to do for the city and for the club, and they've told us what they want to do. So these wouldn't lie. That's Saudi Arabia. They've got billions and billions. They wouldn't lie to us.
The top 6 owners don't even give a shit about their club. The Glazers only care about things like Ronaldo sale shirts. Daniel Levy's more focused about NFL being in the stadium all the time. I mean, this guy should be more focused on he's keeping a hold of Harry Kane even though he doesn't want to play. Like, all this and that. Like, they're just there. They're just trying to be structured and like at the top of a pedestal. They don't give a shit about their clubs.
I think back to the actual Cat case, I think there's wider implications over world football, because we know where this corruption's coming from, don't we? It's coming from the state of Qatar, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're deeply into UEFA. They own PSG. They've managed to wangle a World Cup on the back of corruption, and they won't want any of this coming out really in the open. We all know about it, really, but to have it highlighted as it could well do with a full cat case. Yeah, I don't think they want it, and I think there might be a bit of influence on the Premier League to not kind of accept it now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, my opinion, guys, I think it's going to go to arbitration as well. And I think my personal feeling, I think it's going to be settled out of court, in my opinion. I could be wrong on this, guys, but I think it's going to settle out of court. And I think the Premier League will realise that they made a mistake there. And I think they're going to let us have the takeover after yesterday. So
I think if the cases run side by side, so I think if the arbitration and the CAT run side by side, which would have to fit in the case management conference soon, if that's the case. But if they run side by side, they'll fold before court because the stuff that'll come out, they don't want to come out.
Or if the CAT case runs first.
Yeah.
You guys know where I could find the footage of CAT case? Because there's nothing on YouTube.
You have to watch it live.
They're not showing any repeats or anything of it.
So you just got to look at quotes and stuff?
Basically, but you wouldn't want to watch the first 6 hours of it because it's just Adam Lewis of the Premier League rambling.
Waffling on, that's all.
Proper waffling about anything.
I mean, I care and I don't care. I don't really care about this in-depth stuff. I just care about the Premier League accepting us and finally accepting Mike Ashley to want to sell the club finally.
Yeah.
I agree.
The first 5 or 6 hours was just him, subsections, sections, bylaw, high law, wide law. For 5 odd hours, he was filibustering it. He was trying to talk the whole day out. That's what he was trying to do.
And nothing about competition, all about arbitration and the Premier League rules, and all of that. And I just thought, like, it's just typical, isn't it? I mean, it was that Bird and Bird, the solicitors. Is that who it was? I don't know, but that the masters and delay. So I just thought we're going to be out like next week.
And that was his whole point, wasn't it? There was no need for this because we're already winning an arbitration case. And it's not the same case. It's different.
It's not the same thing. I mean, a separation argument against anti-competitive behaviour is completely separate.
Absolutely.
All they wanted yesterday was for us not to have our say. They wanted to drag it out all day, so they could just take the limelight. And then as soon as we came in, it was like, boom, jab back, knockout punch. And they pretty just, I think as soon as we spoke, they were just like, oh, shit. What our lawyer has not gone on as long as we want to do.
I think the key for me though, and the bit that actually I thought that we've done it is when they kept going on about the link between Sir James Holdings and Newcastle United, and when our QC said, "Well, since Newcastle United can't sell itself," and I thought you're absolutely correct. You need a holding company to be able to sell your club, and that's why they tried to make Mike Ashley sign the document that connected the two, so that this CAT court case couldn't happen. Obviously, that's where the threat came in as well. So that just says everything that you need to know. But I tell you what, I'm taking holidays from work. I'm getting the popcorn in. Like when this goes on, like it's going to kick right off.
Yeah.
I mean, not just that. They had a big argument 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe longer, about whether this would be in the public domain and transparency in there. Within 5 minutes of him coming in, Lewis wanted to have it private. We've already had this argument, so that was another time wasting exercise. They all went out for 20 minutes, come back in. Yeah, we are having it. We are having it public. We've had this argument already. I don't know why we've even done this kind of thing. And then he rambled on something else. Why are we doing this? It's arbitration. No, it's not. Subsections, section, waffle. Lunchtime, come back out. I'll only be another half an hour. I thought, crikey.
With his red, he had this bloody red folder, didn't he? And he kept getting his red folder.
Pulling them out. Yeah, it was like, this is your bleeding life.
Flipping it, I'm going to be there forever. But I think they also, what our QC Daniel Giles said was that the damage isn't limited just to St James's Holdings and the £10 million they think they've lost. The club suffered a lot of damage, but then didn't go into it. And I thought, yeah, we have. Look at the state of our stadium. Look at our training ground. Look at our manager. Look at we're in the league. Look at the players we've got. There's the damage. Look at all the fans. Talk to a fan. See what they think. There's the damage that's being done. So it isn't just £10 million. It's a lot more than that, really. But obviously, this case is just about St James Holdings, isn't it?
You're right. Just go through this comments very quick, less sort of thing, and there's quite a few of them. I'll be as quick as I can. I got Malcolm here. I think Adam Lewis QC was trying to bore people off the street. You could send that fucking tweet. This guy, I'm telling you as well. Got Dave, Kendall Fumbia. Good evening, chat. He's my guy.
Yes.
And then we got Jules.
John, man, stop cheating on me, man. You're saying everybody else is your guy. What about us who are actually on
Hang
the
on,
show?
what's that about?
John, John, Monday night, why did you big up Steve Bruce? He said, big up my guy, Steve
God, you have a
Bruce.
go.
What?
He's big enough the guy clever enough to think of
I
the
didn't
fake
mean it
account
that way.
name.
I just said that. I was going to say
John, you
that,
did. I watched it.
learning that I
You
did
did.
say big up, then I realised, well, absolutely not the child was. I'm not going to lie. But I'm glad that you changed it to a 4-3-3, man. But I'm not saying those 3 words, by the way.
No, after yesterday, we don't need to hear those 3 words.
Nah,
I would only hear 2 other words. We'd only hear 2 other words for some Arsenal fan, and otherwise called 2 words.
I got a Yank talking stuff in America. Takeover needs to allow that at this point. If no rules are etc. Talk about the orders, then there's no reason not to allow it. Daniel, I hope you feel better. Even John, Bill, Chiphouse, and the gang were absolutely fantastic.
Hello, Peter.
Welcome as well. Again, quite funny. Like Lewis said, the cast could be completed in a week after all the delay the Premier League has stolen over the past year and a half. What do you think of that comment? And I'll start with you, Billy.
He's right. Yeah, he's bang on. They have. It's been delayed as much as they can. They've delayed the arbitration for how long? They've tried to delay this as long as they can. Even the top man, the judge or whatever he was, kind of said that, didn't he? He says for all the time you've tried to put this off and off and off, you haven't put much of a case forward, type of argument. And what Malcolm says there is quite right. They have tried to put it off and off and off, and it's just typical bird and bird tactic. They're delaying until you get bored of it and walk away. But I think we're nearing the end game now, so I think that could be failing.
Yeah.
I think it's because there is no case. They've got no case either.
I agree.
But a lot of it is, if they got something to hide, why are they scared? But Newcastle has declared everything, and Premier League cannot do now at all whatsoever, sort of thing. Absolutely got there's a goal to talk on the mouth, cannot deliver. That's my opinion. I've got
John, can I call you up as well to give your opinion on this?
Yeah. I probably wouldn't show up. I'll probably talk as long as this guy Lewis, by the way. I'll probably be a good spokesman, but
just imagine saying Nick DeMarco is my guy. Okay, don't mess with him. He's my guy.
My guy. Everyone's guy. I've got pastors and investment. That's from Schlues. That's me. That's Masters and Hoffman, by the way. I've got a couple of students in there. Big up to Luca and big up to Bristol City, according to us. Yay. Evening, everyone. That's phone Ross. Trying to be Unai Emery there. Got to remember. Sorry, Ross. I wasn't going to be Gary. You know me. The only like a plastic prawn sandwich brigade that sums up quite beautifully. Got more here. Got Malcolm again. The control and influence of BN Sports and NASA. And if I pronounce it right, you have over not just the Premier League needs to be seriously be looked at.
Yeah, FIFA.
Yeah. And then Dave's got a good point there. Apparently, I think Daniel's just mentioned it as well. Apparently, BBC's Panorama are looking to investigate the Premier League. Bring it on, I say. Yes, Daniel, you mentioned that, didn't you?
After the court case, though. Let's have it after the court case. Like Daniel said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've got Paul, even if you want him to Paul. I've got Yank again for America. The Premier League are doing everything they can not allow Newcastle to take over course. Of course, they know after they take over, the team will climb the table. They hate anyone who's not top 6 doing well, i.e. Leicester. Best league in the world. I heard people cry. And go to Jason on that one.
Who was it that said we don't want another Leicester? Someone big said it, didn't they?
Yeah, they
did.
The
press over the weekend.
I think actual fans can appreciate Leicester, but as soon the year Leicester won the league, like that's when these owners had enough. They're like, we can't have these small teams like this taking over us.
Crazy.
Who the hell said that? Because whoever said that is
well, they don't say it. That's the way they think.
There was one of the top.
That's what they do on their Zoom calls. You think people like the Glazers were happy about? Oh, actually, no, they don't even give a shit about them winning the title. Just they give a shit more about them actually competing with them and like having Champions League over like Leicester having Champions League over Man United, that's when the owners get pissed off. They don't care about the titles because it's not money at all.
No, it's the money.
It was a senior figure from the Premier League's big 6 clubs that said we don't want too many Leicester Cities.
Wow.
Football history suggests fans like big teams winning.
Yeah,
Big
people like people from overseas like me, but I don't believe in that.
Big teams, plastic fans. Yeah, those are the ones.
You see them out,
Man United fan,
you see them out at Old Trafford at Man City, man, with their phones whenever they score. They're doing celebrate. They're just sat on their phone or their iPad and that thing. Why are you taking an iPad?
Local derby, Newcastle against Arsenal. Sorry, mate.
That's a team that's too spoiled, Man City. They're fans, man.
They're owned by a sovereign wealth fund, though. That's allowed.
I have sympathies with their fans because when they were down in the Division 3 as it was then, they were getting 35,000 people in every week. You know, they had proper fans, but now they don't even turn up, do they?
Nah.
Now the top of the tables.
They get tourists.
Yeah.
It's all corporate.
I mean, we decide Stevie loves the club, and so they are the right ones, Addy. And that's
No. That was just my analysis there of caring about the club other than money. Is just answering Daniel's question. Nothing about Newcastle fans. Nothing about the current Newcastle owners. Just owners in general who are buying a new club.
Yeah, totally agree. And I got Malcolm again. Also, big shout out to Mr. Justice Smiles for pushing for the hearing to be live streamed. Big up to you, Justice Smiles. Honestly, I think that's brilliant. I mean, the fans deserve to watch it live, and whoever watched it live, big up to you, and hope you enjoyed it. And I got Charlotte Oates, so Oates, even if you get a takeover by 2030, dog players are going to be flocking and play for Newcastle.
That's the spirit. That's the positivity we need. Get in there.
Of course they will. They'll be getting the most money from Newcastle United because we'll have the richest owners. They'll be paying the highest wages. Of course, the top players will want to play for us.
Of course,
because that's what they're in it for. They're not in it for love of certain clubs, are they? They're in it for money and
money
ambition.
Over weather.
Of course, it
Do you honestly think Messi loves PSG? Do you honestly think De Bruyne loves Man City? Do you honestly think what do you call them? Timo Werner loves Chelsea and things like that? Where, man?
Not really.
They only bother about what they get on a Friday afternoon when that paycheck goes into their bank. That's all they're bothered about.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Apart from Big Joe loves us.
He loves John. He only loves John.
We're the only team we get a start for, isn't it? So
exactly.
Loves John.
But the thing is, right? I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, people want to come. If people come to the Premier League, in my opinion, I think they want to go to London because it's the capital city.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think Tammy Abraham didn't want to come to Newcastle one time because he'd rather stay in London. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't the only reason.
Look at that Alexis Sanchez when he went to Arsenal. He only went to Arsenal because it was in London. Didn't go there for any other bloody reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
with Ozil too,
go, in my opinion, excuse me. It's like my opinion. If you want to play in Serie A, right? Sorry, Sam. If you want to play in Serie A, you're not going to go and say, I want to go to Serie A.
How long did that take? Half an hour?
Milan.
Half an hour.
All that sort of thing. You want to come to the Premier, you want to play in London, sort of thing. But
where's the pillow?
He's done.
Oh God.
It's either players want to play in London or play in Sevilla where it's like 40 degrees.
So tough call. But yeah, good call, Charlotte. Malcolm Lewis belongs to Blackstone's chamber, so I represent the Premier League, and the Cat Keys, Bird and Bird are represent our Premier League in the cast. Thoughts on that one there?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Too much room. I got Charles can come on. I could only get in 1, 2, 3, 6 people. Definitely next show, yeah. Let us know, mate, and then I'll get you on the next show. So, and I've got some more calls. Yeah, I want to talk about. So I'll just go around the table. I mean, I'll start you, Billy. Do you think we're going to win the takeover?
Yes.
You're saying yes.
I love it. Go on, Chippers, you're next.
After what I heard yesterday, yes. Because there's nothing
Yes, go on, Ryan, you're next.
Go on.
Yes.
Go on, Jason.
Oh my god, I'm loving it.
I was always like quietly confident.
Jason's going to put it down, and I could see it.
Oh, no, you can see it, can't you?
Unfortunately, yeah, I will be the one that puts it down. Like I said, I'm just going to keep on ignoring it until we get an answer because we just keep on getting the same old crap every single time.
Fair enough.
That's kind of my mentality too, but I still think we will. But like, I'd rather focus on.
There's no point really getting our hopes up only for it to end up being screwed over.
Oh, listen, like I'm all in me now. I said I wouldn't be, but I'm all in.
I think I just have Sharky. Oh, wait, go Danielle.
No, go ahead, go on.
Oh, I remember a few months ago, Sharky was saying that, like, just the mentality of just saying, wait for them to just raise the flag, raise the scarves, and have St. James's behind. That's what I'm kind of waiting for. Like, my focus now is just like on Wolves and like just the Premier League and the team itself.
Oh, come on, Ryan! You've just rained on the parade, man.
You've got to be all in for it because if it doesn't happen, we're finished.
I told you. Oh no, I told you guys. Like I said, yeah, it's happening.
Oh, okay.
So Jason said yes. So Jason said yes.
I said I'm ignoring it until we get an answer.
No, I need
yes,
a proper
he
answer.
didn't say no.
I need a proper answer, Jason.
Yeah, come on, yes or no, Jason.
Go on, Jason.
I'm ignoring it too, but I said yes.
Go on,
Jason.
This is what happens when you pronounce
Just say no,
Newcastle instead of Newcastle.
Right.
You ignore the answer, the question.
If you don't, Jason John's going to be in your nightmare saying, "Go on, Jason. Go on, Jason."
Please say yes, Jason. Please say yes, Jason. My God.
It was in my night. I didn't get no sleep last night. It was in my nightmares. It was in my dreams last night. Just going, big up, Steve Bruce. Big up, Steve Bruce. Come on,
Go on about that. We'll answer the question. Are we going to get this takeover? Yes or no?
Jason.
There is most part of me that's saying it won't happen.
Fair enough. It's on the fence. Annie.
Funny how you said it's on the fence when he's just said no. Anyways, but as a neutral, no, because the Premier League has too much power over just one singular club over the 20 they are ruling, and the fact that you are fighting against the whole consortium, which not only owns Newcastle United, not like own, but controls Newcastle United. It controls every single club in the Premier League and controls most teams, basically, and finances some teams in the Championship, League One, League Two. And I just don't think you'll fight and win. It's like going to war without any weapons. It's like you're not going to win. Like, what's the actual point? Like, you're fighting against a much higher in football in terms of much higher.
Yeah, but Annie, they've got no case. They've got no case against her. That's why it doesn't.
It doesn't really matter because power.
Well, obviously the FA Cup draw in January, and it brings out Accrington Stanley against Man City. Man City might as well just Accrington Stanley might as well not turn up then.
Yeah.
Bristol City against Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers might not turn up.
I want to believe me. I just want to believe.
Thing is, like, in a bigger
picture, we've got the case in our favour. And simple as that, really. We've got all the laws in our favour.
I just think that, like, if these clubs are against us having the takeover, like, the thing is, these clubs should be worrying about themselves if they're worried about a club taking over. Someone like Daniel Levy, why don't you actually invest in your fucking club rather than going downhill? When they got a new stadium and stuff, and like
I know, why don't they make payments on the stadium? How about that? That would make a change, wouldn't it?
Exactly. He's more worried about that stadium than actually trying to win trophies that, like, they seem like they're actually trying to compete for, and that's the expectation.
And another thing, we're not just fighting for ourselves here. It's the other 13 clubs that are in that Premier League that might want to take over at some stage.
Yeah.
You know, it's 14 against 6. Oh, it should be.
If you want to be a fucking football owner, if you want to be an owner of a football club, you have to be on the tip of your toes, investing in your club, making sure it's always better. And whenever you notice any sign of weakness or like procrastination in your team, you get rid of it. You do that kind of stuff. But no, they just keep hanging on to it. And then, you know, eventually someone like Leicester or Everton are going to overtake Arsenal like they kind of are now. And have been for the past like few seasons. Aston Villa, example too. Like they're just they seem like they're going to finish higher up because it's Arsenal neglecting. That's their problem. And while there's other teams actually trying to still compete and actually become better. That's just my opinion.
They should be scared of Aston Villa because they've got the third richest owners in the league. They've got a great stadium. They're building a team year by year. 3 or 4 years, they're going to be top six club.
Well, where was their owners? They got new owners. Like I think they had problems when they got relegated when we did with them.
They had bad owners then. That's only here, didn't they?
Yeah, and then they got new owners in the championship, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Agree. I'm going to just concentrate quickly. We'll talk about Simon Jordan in a minute, by the way.
Oh, God.
Just a lot in the
mood. Most depressing stream ever.
I really like quickly stuff they'll go on to for quickie. Typical kicking the can down the road. The government did as a Brexit. Sometimes I wish the elite Super League did happen. So the rest of the teams were proper clubs with proper fans. Well, it's a difficult debate on that one there, but I see what you're
the thing is, though, for me, the time's running out. They can't kick it down in terms of arbitration, they can't kick that down the road as far as they want because it's their own process. So, but with a competition case, they can't keep kicking it down the road. If the judge writes up a conclusion in his decision and leaves it open for appeal, then that's a problem. If he doesn't, and a date's set, that's it. There's no kicking it down the road. It's time for everything to be revealed, and let's get to the truth about who had a secret little meeting with BN Sports behind our backs, who had a secret little meeting with Manchester United's owners and Chelsea's owners behind our backs discussing this takeover. Let's get it all on the table and let's see who comes out laughing at the end of it, because it won't be Masters. He was named in court yesterday.
Well said, Daniel. Well said. Got Tangi as well, exactly, Chip, as the EU. Talk about the freedom of movement, but yet we have a transfer window and the whole league has 95% of foreign players. Yeah. Good evening to Thomas. Hope you're okay. And got one from David as well. Even to Ryan. Hope you're canny. You stood to your guns, Jason. Good lad. The takeover eventually happened at some point. Hope it happens soon. Just go over there, fly quickly. And I've got so many people. I've got 36 people watching live. But guys, thanks for your support and thanks for watching this program. Please take a like on the video. Do subscribe if you've already not done it. And I'm 96 away.
I mean, this is the Premier League's tactics, John. They're delaying it until we get relegated, basically. And it isn't their problem anymore. True. And at which point the Saudis won't want us anyway. So that's their. Stadium might come with somebody else, but will she pay the money that Mike Ashley wants for it? They're already paying over the top, aren't they? So hopefully a bit of compensation from the cat case might help that.
That's a good point, actually.
They said in court yesterday, they said that there's no guarantee, and I thought this was a master stroke by our QC, that Saudi are at the table. So if a pathway is made for them to come in and take the club over, it might not necessarily be on the same terms that there was originally agreed. So they're talking about they might want a cheaper price. Well, if we're going to get relegated, give them the cheaper price. If they're willing to take us, which I very much doubt they will be if we do go down, but it's not going to be 340 million. Who on this panel would pay 340 million pounds for a club that's about to get relegated?
Yeah, no, they wouldn't.
I have to agree with Daniel there and a few other people there as well. I mean, they want us to pay Ross relegated. That's what they want, relegated, and they might get the wish. I don't want to get relegated, but we're going to get relegated.
This is where Mike Cash is playing it wrong. He should have invested in the club to make sure we don't get relegated and sack the manager to make sure we don't get relegated. Because if we do get relegated, his dream of selling the club could well be over.
And I think Billy, from what they were saying in court yesterday, he's done this on purpose. He wants us to look like a stripped back club. He wants it to look like we're suffering. He wants the fans kicking off, and he wants the protests, because he wants to make it clear to the tribunal that you can't take the club any further, and we're in serious difficulties if this takeover doesn't happen. He's doing it on purpose, but it's a very risky gamble.
Absolutely
risky.
is. Absolutely is.
You said it. You're right. Glorious, very quickly. I can't wait to see the city celebrations when Ashley leaves the Northeast. And if the takeover happens, and there's going to be one hell of a party at the Northeast. But it's a shame I'm far away. I would have loved to be there myself. Let's be real about that.
I know your poor seat hasn't been cleaned on those cobwebs.
I was going to say, you're going to sit in your seat, John.
I'll be up. I mean, thing is, so I could either come up, or I could do a watch along as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's a hard one. But then again, what I'll probably do is go to the match and probably do a video call after the next year. If anyone agrees to it, sort of thing, that'd be no problem. If you fancy doing that, if I go to the match, I'll do a video call next year. That'd be amazing. And I've got Peter. Question for everyone: why don't Andeck organise a consortium and take over Newcastle? I can't see that happen anytime soon. No chance.
I can imagine them run the football club, man. Jesus Christ!
No.
I've been hitting the eye by Joe Linton shot, man. Can't see a thing.
We'd be walking out to Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Oh my God! Imagine.
Bush took a trail to St James's Park in that, won't they? I must never be St James's Park, won't they?
Right, you're eating dead pigeon this week.
Bloody pigeon.
Oh man.
This week it's dead pigeons. It's a dead pigeon's testicles.
Is it be kangaroo's testicles? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's why they've been doing the kicking the can down the road. This should have been sorted out years ago. Instead, they threatened to kick us out the league or deduct points. Or good up deducting points. I'll tell you what.
I'm a bloody goblin, so it don't matter.
If they do that, give us points. I tell you what, this is going to the highest court of the land. I'm telling you.
John, the warrant, they've got no legal grounds to do that at all. It's just to try and fight people.
You tell them, John.
Yeah, go on, John. Get it, John.
Ripping the good one is on myself.
Oh, no.
That's my guy. What Matthew we did today? Well, we've gone for this before. We'll comment on it a bit, Matthew. Yeah, I mean, I'll go with Eddie Howe and Boost out. I want to quickly talk about Simon Jordan. I've got 40 people watching live. If the 40 people watching this live and you haven't just subscribed, please do so. I'm on the road to 1K.
Yeah,
I'm going to do different projects every week, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
And he's doing a John walking off.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll keep growing, John, where you can just search up John Sinclair and you don't get some music guy. Every time I gotta look up your channel, I gotta do John Sinclair NFC.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez, buddy. But just going quickly about Simon Jordan before starting the gears Saturdays. Simon Jordan, what's the take on him? And he's on it again, saying that this takeover never ever happened.
He's doing it for comments, man. Don't listen to what he says. Just let him say what he wants. Let him spout his crap, and then we can just worry about our own club.
Yeah, just worry about ourselves. That's why
he can worry about Crystal Palace and all that crap because he's so obsessed with them being a Palace fan. But he can say what he wants. What he says, I don't listen to. It's just white noise.
Wasn't he an ex-owner of Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
With Steve Bruce as manager.
And he bankrupted them.
And now Crystal Palace have de facto directors that aren't named. So let's look at that again, shall we? No comment there.
Look at what Palace are now financially without Simon Jordan.
Correct.
Yeah, because I've got people no one knows who they are.
Steve Parrish, I guess. I don't know.
Why don't the Saudis just do that? Let's
No, he's not the owner. He's just the chairman. He's not the owner.
Yeah, not the owner.
No. Is he not really?
No. We don't know who the owners are. They've got, like Daniel says, de facto directors.
Yeah.
I thought Steve Parrish was the owner. Oh, he's one of the directors, I guess.
He's a director. He's not the owner. Nobody knows.
Actually, we never see him, do we?
He's like, John.
I'd be kind of skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, 1-0 towards the Tom. of Eddie Howe to this Fat Bacon Vor. Go back to Tangy. If I was Ashley, I would be throwing money at over peer players either. Football's gone, daft for money. Clubs winning titles despite being in debt. Where's their points deduction? Never going to happen.
Look at the Championship, for example. Look at Derby. They breached the financial rules in the EFL. Points deduction, administration.
Yeah.
Who have Manchester City sold? You tell me. Who have Manchester City sold?
Sorry, I've just seen that Joe Linton's in the chat. Sorry.
Wait, say that again, Annie, about Man City.
Who did Manchester City sell this summer to raise the funds to afford 100 million for Jack Grealish? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
The only ones I could think of last time they sold was Sane and Angelino. I don't know anyone else.
How long ago was that?
That was like 2 years ago, I think.
That's
a year ago, actually.
2 years is a long time in football financially.
Yeah.
And, well, they haven't sold anyone really for in excess of £20 million after that, which is utterly disgraceful, especially with the fact that they've spent, let's count up, 50 million on Rodri, 100 million on Jack Grealish.
Most of the players are 50 million.
Probably 100 million more, to be completely honest. And they haven't been charged with anything. Unbelievable.
Yeah, financial fair play doesn't exist where the big so-called big six are concerned anyway, does it? You know.
Nope.
Shameful.
Well, what was that stuff that happened? How did Chelsea get a transfer ban a few years ago? What was that about?
Chelsea's
It got revoked, didn't it? It got revoked, didn't it? It got repealed.
No, when Frank Lampard was there, he couldn't make any signings for the first year he was there. Actually, he was doing quite well then, wasn't he?
Some reported them. They bought a young and they reported to Chelsea, and Chelsea got banned for 2 transfer windows.
That was the Gal Kakuta sale, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
When Chelsea bought Gal Kakuta, it was like too young when they signed him, so Chelsea got a ban for that.
Hey, Danelle, how's it going?
Hi, Danelle.
Danelle, how are you doing, mate? Hope you're okay. Good comment, by the way. I missed it. There's a good comment there. Ryan.
Then go back to it.
I missed this comment, by the way, but he said 2 things up with Jordan, by the way.
Oh, right.
But what Simon Jordan says, well, I'll make it quick on this one. This idea that Newcastle's going to get bought by this PIF fund is deader than a dead thing from dead land.
He'd know all about that, wouldn't he? He's dead inside. That's it.
Ooh.
John, could you say that again? I didn't quite hear that.
Yeah, he spoke about Simon Jordan. He said, this idea that Newcastle is going to get bought by this PIF fund is deader than a dead thing from dead land.
Absolute wanker.
I don't think it's dead, but I certainly think it's unlikely. That's all I'm going to say.
He said, dead thing from dead land. His comments.
See, he knows that'll roil Newcastle fans because we're a passionate bunch, and that they'll be phoning in at the £3 a minute line to talk sport to argue about it. So it's clickbait.
Why would it be dead if we were doing this case? It would be a waste of time.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I think Simon Jordan, me personally, I just think he's jealous because he knows that this takeover is going to happen. He's only doing this for clicks. He's only doing this to wind Newcastle fans up as well. Right, and for me, I just can't take him serious anymore. I just can't. He needs to.
Maybe he's worried that this cat case may show some irregularities in the transaction when he sold the club, when he sold Crystal Palace. Maybe he's wondered about if this comes out and the Premier League explodes as a result. Then what else will they find? What else will they find? What other corruption's going on that we don't know about? Maybe he's in the middle of it. Who knows? Allegedly.
I've just seen a comment from Joe Linton there, and it's
same.
We're back when I missed it.
I'm not listening to that.
John, put back when I didn't see it.
Yeah, but it ain't come up yet. It's just come up on the screen.
Go on, good job.
I missed that, by the way. Jordan's played by Qatar, by the way. That's another thing. He's being paid by Qatar. Has to be, he's sort of doing this sort of thing. But this is the thing, like all this, and I said as many times we chat.
Wait, 1 second. What has Qatar had to do with Saudi Arabia?
They're local, they're rivals, aren't they? They're enemies of each other, aren't they?
Geopolitical. So Saudi's the big brother, Qatar's the little brother, and it's all about who's got the biggest stuff, who's got the best stuff, who's got
more oil.
Can I?
Yeah,
I've got experience with this. I'm not revealing anything else.
Do you work for the Premier League, Annie?
Yeah, of course I do. Why would I have a West Ham badge?
Oh God.
Right next to Bruce. Anyways, Qatar, Saudi have a rivalry, but it's. Why is it?
Skipper has read it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Qatar made it very obvious against the takeover.
Anyways, God. They do have a rivalry, but there are a ton of other countries in there, including
United Arab Emirates, Oman.
UAE, Oman.
All those countries.
Kuwait, tons of other countries, and Billy. Oh my God!
Oh, Billy.
Right, exactly. You've just seen what happened, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Qatar. I don't think Qatar, Saudi, Premier League have a direct, fluid connection.
Oh, they do.
Which is the reason this takeover is not.
Qatar thought they had football to themselves because Saudi is boxing F1, that kind of thing. Qatar thought they had the football to themselves, and now Saudi are trying to break into football. And I don't think Qatar like it.
It's that serious in terms of the World Cup next year. The Saudis may well block that airspace so that people can't fly through into Qatar. Oh my God. I can't do it.
Wow.
And Qatar obviously own beIN Sports, don't they?
Yeah.
And they've got the football contract for the Middle East.
Which wasn't put out a tender, by the way, by the Premier League. It was just given to Qatar. That's not corrupt at all.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wow.
John was the dartboard.
John, you've got plenty of circumstance, League.
Let's see it all now.
Bullseye.
Jason.
Oh, God.
One of them object well for the Saudis.
John, you're missing them out, man.
I know.
You're missing them out. There he is. Oh, God.
I tell you what, I think
J7's in heaven.
Before this talk and the takeover, what if it doesn't happen? Then what? Then we'll
get relegated, and that's it. We're done.
We'll go out of business eventually.
Done. Finito. Simple as that. Then don't Qatar for own beIN Sports. They do. I'm not going to read it out. But you know what you mean. Better have hope than not, in my opinion. Charles, I agree with you. Massive. They do. Lynn's of episode 69. Passionate Rush. That's some Jason. Right. So you know why Richard Keys and Andy Greer also forced to take over. You know what? We haven't even heard from them on their tweet.
And who's Richard Keys' best mate? Who's Richard Keys' best mate? Gary Hoffman.
Gary Hoffman and Richard Keys happened to post a few tweets saying that he had sources and leaks from the Premier League giving information, and those tweets were sent to the solicitors, which were then deleted by Richard Keys. So I'm sure he's got a lot of involvement in this cat case as well, which is probably why he said nothing.
And it's best to keep his mouth shut as well. That'd be his best play.
Remember what he said? Anybody but Newcastle.
Yeah, he did say that.
Jealousy. And
he said Gary Hoffman's got a job at the Premier League and he's got a big job to do immediately.
And that's to stop Newcastle having a takeover. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to go ahead in January.
Oh, chippers. I've just seen the.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh man!
Oh,
It's that one there. It sounds just like the Qatar so much they were going to dig a huge canal and make Qatar an island. Wouldn't be surprised. Joe Linton, you smashed John Knight. Is that true? That is not true. This is true. You all
Just imagine John with a curly bonds,
Look at that. Even my guys, that's the Wilma. It is really too much. That's not how it goes.
oh my.
My God. Also, Qatar trolling Newcastle supporters. I didn't know that at all. And I think, Jason, you're going to get yourself away, mate, are you?
Yeah, I'm off.
Listen, you take care. Thanks for coming on. Definitely see you next week, yeah? You take care.
Jason, I think you want to stay for a minute. Just for a minute, Jason.
Wow.
1 minute gone. 1 minute gone at Celtic Park. Celtic 0. Bayer Leverkusen 1.
Yeah, but
1
Rangers
minute.
lost today as well. They lost one.
Mein Gott!
Oh my
getting
gosh!
sacked in the morning, John. He's getting sacked in the morning, John.
Oh, never mind. 0-0. Yeah.
Oh, never
Oh
mind.
my gosh!
In the morning.
Disallowed.
Oh my gosh!
Go away.
I think Napoli lost as well tonight by the home.
3-1. 3-2 or
3-2 in
3-1.
the end.
Yeah, 3-2.
Hoffman is the big crook. Tell you what, if it's my way, sort of thing. If you do win a takeover, we it's changed on social media, by the way. But there you go. So yeah,
I've walked past him many a time as well, Hoffman. Many a time.
What's he like as a person, though? Can you confirm what he's like? Is he?
Well, I've never spoke to him, but he's one of these that walk around kind of that kind of thing with the nose up in the air.
Of course he does. Let's see if he's doing that in court.
Looking forward to it, by the way. If it's live, I'll be sharp to take that week off as well.
Oh, John, it'll be live. Don't you worry about that. You can do.
John, you'll have to do a live stream.
You should do a live stream.
Oh my God.
As long as you're not
That's
streaming
my
the
guy.
case, because you'll get
I'm not going to read that.
Yeah, you'll get done for that, yeah.
I'm passing it, by the way. Sorry. Listen, I was going to say,
John, I'm surprised.
This game.
Oh, John, just 2 seconds. I'm surprised you didn't do like a player ratings for the lawyers last night. Like,
well, what's his name? Joel. 10. He was mad.
Danny Joe.
Joel.
6.5.
And yeah, so I was going to say that, just got questions. Well, Newcastle will get their takeover for Jan the 3rd. The Premier League will not the public to see or the technology to come out when the Big Six have been saying and all the other shite.
It's a fair assumption.
The Big Six should mind their own business. It's Newcastle against the Premier League. The Big Six, so yeah. John, would you be doing a watching on the court case?
He'll be in the court case wearing one of those white wigs.
Wow.
Plenty of time, a chance to say TTP as well when you're in the court.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Away, Billy.
Wow.
Depending on the day, he'll do his shout out as well.
Friday
Oh
vibes.
man, what can I
Friday
say,
feels.
man?
Courtroom canoodles too. Ladies.
What film is that?
Ladies.
Hey, Daniel, I haven't mentioned it at all for about a month now,
I know you've done well. You've done well.
So, I mean, Hopkins hate Newcastle and Italy live, but they'd be talking private again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hoffman doesn't hate Newcastle, but Hoffman's tied to Keys, who works for a Qatari company. That's where it all comes from.
Yeah.
Not sure that one. I'll stroll in there again. The Big Six are scared.
Hello, ladies.
We have Monday vibes when the court case is on. You know, as well, John, go to give autographs to the judge and even though I try to get this down.
Hi, Pete.
So yeah, I was going to say, I'll start with you, Billy. Saturday's game, Wolves. How do you think it'll go? And
Jason was meant to go about 10 minutes ago. But
I know.
yeah, I know that I had more comments for you. Sorry, Annie.
Don't apologise to me, not me, Jason.
Sorry. So, yeah, go on then, Billy. Your thoughts on Saturday's match?
Um,
I'll try.
I just fancy the archetypal Newcastle Wolves result 1-1. We need to create 30 chances to score 2, so 1 each. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll score 1. They'll score 1. That'll be it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll be doing a watch along on Saturday as well. Please join
course
us.
you will.
Never in the world. Bloody hell, that's a shock.
No.
Wow. And let's just go for that. Johnson.
Oh, God.
There we go. Are we going to do a full Monty in front of the gallery and the takeover goes through, John? No, I told you I need to lose a storm and then I'll.
Then you'll do it, John.
Get circumcised then.
It's after like too big.
I'm now, and I'm not going to do it ever.
Put John in it down. That'd be about 15 stone.
If only, man. Just going to wait for PD to come on as well. You want something to say? Can't see us getting anything against Wolves. They won't give the ball away anywhere near as much Watford did. They're playing attacking football, by the way, and they have changed it up as well. So, yeah.
If you wanted to get Pete on there, Pete can replace me.
Piss off.
Jason, you better go. Stephen's going to be stressed.
Yeah, Steve's ready for you.
I'm out of here.
I'll see you on Saturday. See you on Saturday.
See you
Saturday.
For the video call in.
See you later.
The video call thing.
Tanya makes a good point there. That's a good point.
Oh.
That is a very good point what Tanya makes there.
Good point there. Paul Dempsey, he's worth for Sky.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I remember that.
What the hell? What the hell, Joe Linton? Oh, my God.
I'm not
Oh, my God.
I think you guys
read
can
it.
see for yourselves.
I can't see it. I can't see it. Read it.
I don't know what a beaut is.
Yeah, exactly.
1-1 there. 1 6 for Tom. 1 6 for Jake, Leeds fan. Wolves v 1 victory for Ryan, Geordie, and I've got PD Paddock in the call in the cut. How are we doing?
Pete.
Yeah, he comes in. Can we play the chase music when he comes on? Dun, 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 dun.
If I had the iPad on, so the other side, I would have played it as well. But listen, I've got 40 people watching live on the stream, which is fantastic for a forum. Thank you very much indeed, guys. And yeah, so Pete, the cat case, and are you happy yesterday? Are you confident it's going to go through?
I mean, it was very interesting for what happened. I'm still going to be a little bit on the fence with it in terms of will it happen or not. But you can tell the Premier League definitely are hiding something right up their sleeve.
Yeah,
it's obvious they are. You can tell they are. It's on about what?
Thomas loves saying that comment over and over.
Oh, no, it's the one below that.
Oh God!
That was it.
You got mate. Yeah, go on, Pete. Carry on, this.
Yeah. I mean, the Premier League have definitely got something up their sleeves, hiding up there. I mean, if they wanted to take stuff in private, there you are.
Yeah. And do you think the arbitration is going to be in private, or do you think it's going to be made public in the end?
Private.
Yeah.
Probably is going to be private at this rate.
The arbitration will be. I think the cat case will be public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally agree.
So yeah, I mean, the QC's Jowl yesterday. I thought he did a good job yesterday, defending us. But the other one, Lewis, he was out of his depth yesterday. For what I've noticed yesterday, he was out of his depth. He couldn't handle it. He was muttering to himself. He was shaking his head at some point. You know, the sort of thing. Yeah, your thoughts on this one?
What's Billy laughing at?
You'll see in a minute.
Oh God! What was that?
I don't truly read that if she's in the chat.
Oh, God.
I agree, man. If I
Well, I've got to turn that off.
But go on. So yeah, so I was going to say, so you're pretty happy with the thing went yesterday? Then everything went good yesterday.
Yeah, it was sometimes, but you can tell the Premier League are just right up themselves at the moment.
I mean, my opinion is, I think they're just crapping themselves at the moment, and they got nowhere to go, in my opinion. But from yesterday, I think we're going to win this thing. I think we're going to win both, and we cannot deny them for a takeover. They got to do something about it. Otherwise,
Put it this way: if they fail the test, so if they decide that the Saudi state is going to be a director with a big D, I mean, what the hell was that about? And we fail the test, so it's over. The cat case will still run. So either way, the dirty washing's coming out. So you either give her what you want and it'll all go away, or we'll go to the cat case and it'll all come out.
Yeah, if the cat case goes first, there won't be any arbitration because they'll fold like a pack of cards.
Of course it
will. Of course it will. We're just going to go for the cat case and just win that sort of thing. Then history will be made, in my opinion. So, yeah, so on Saturday's game, Pete, how do you think the game's going to go? I mean, you're doing a preview tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I'll be getting that out tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one. It could have another 1-1 draw written all over it, since we've managed to set a good record of so many 1-1 draws against Wolves' side at the moment. But it's going to be very challenging. It's going to be a lot more difficult than what it was in Watford. But we've got to start to try and take our chances, because their misses have really come to bite. We're back in the bum against Watford. It really did. It's the Murphy one that I've said that's really annoyed me the most.
That's what you get when it's on a 6-year contract, sort of thing, without a shadow of doubt. I mean, listen, I do like Jacob, but listen, at the end of the day, you got to be taking those chances. I mean, and it nearly cost us a game because King nearly scored the other end as well. But the press conference reaction is going to be here tomorrow. I should be in that as well. And yeah, so I was going to go back. So, what do you think the score's going to be? He says it's going to be a draw 1 each, yeah?
I think it could be another 1-1 draw, yeah. I really think it could be.
Yeah, I think it could be. Daniel, what do you think the score is going to be, Dan?
So, I think we're going to win 2-1.
Go on, get in.
Fair enough. Cool.
I'm never in a good mood ever when it comes to this club, but this week's put us in a good mood, so I'm feeling a bit positive until tomorrow when Bruce opens his mouth, and then I'll be depressed again. But I'm going to go 2-1.
What's up, Mandy?
Oh, I can't wait for the press conference tomorrow.
Oh, Chippers!
What?
What the hell?
Chippers doing
What?
I'm surprised I'm not getting scrutiny.
Yeah, I've got Stephen and who's there. Evening to you, Stephen, Everton fan, and thanks for coming on. If you do subscribe for each other, that'd be absolutely amazing. And I hope that Rafa's do well for your club as well. He seems to be pleased at this moment in time. So I got more.
I don't hope he doesn't. He does well for Everton. I'm too bitter over it. So I really hope he doesn't.
Fair enough. I tell you what, I love it. We beat them. Yep, cool.
Oh, John, man.
You never get seeing John Walker chat.
What are you reading that?
Why are you reading it?
Come on.
I'll say it from Dan. I'm not going to read any more drilling comments, by the way. I'm just going to, if you can say it, guys, great. But if I say it, I won't be putting it out there. So 2-1, Joelin, Henrik, 2 score.
Yeah, Henrik, wow.
Well, Joelin will definitely be scoring on Saturday night, won't he? He'll definitely be scoring on Saturday.
He'll be on the Guinness, by the way. Celebrate on the Guinness.
He'll be on you. He'll be on you and our John.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up in a bit, by the way, because obviously you guys are busy, sort of thing. And yeah, so I mean, Ryan, what do you think is going to be on Saturday?
I'm going to go for a draw just because it's always a draw at the, as Adam would say, the Molinox. Yeah, I'm a bit more positive, but like I think it'll be 1-1, but I think it'll be a similar performance to Watford. That's if we play 4-3-3.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, I saw the team list. Really, Boo's going to play 4-3-3. I was absolutely shocked. I was absolutely. I mean, mouth wide open. I thought 4-3-3 on the Steve Boo's. That's a shock.
Well, I didn't see the line. Well, the lineup for me on One Football, like I use that app, and like sometimes it's kind of unreliable. Like it's inaccurate and misleading for lineups sometimes. But like I saw Isaac K in center back. I'm like, I'm honestly confident he might put him in midfield, and he did. So it literally was a 4-3-3.
Definitely like a 4-3-3, unless Graham Jones told him to play that way. All you have to do is
Don't say it.
Nah, don't say
Trust
it.
the process.
Trust thy
Can I say
process.
it? Dan, can I say
Trust
it?
the process.
No, John, because you've mentioned Italy and that's enough. Once is enough, so don't mention that.
No, I wouldn't say it. I'm learning, Danny. I'm learning.
Yeah.
But don't. I mean.
Oh my God.
Right.
Bananas. Sure. Thank you very much, Jules, my guy. And
My guy.
It'd be a very
My guy, Jules.
You manhole, John.
I've got Stevensville United 0, Everton 1, Wolves 1, Newcastle 1. Yep, sounds confident there. They're going to beat United at Old Trafford. You just never know. And Jules as well.
Happening.
I think in my comments, didn't I say it's going to be Wolves 2, Newcastle 1 for me.
Johnny, you haven't asked me what my prediction is.
Or me.
Go on then, Andy. Tell us your prediction. I know you.
Or me.
Or Chippers, yeah. What are you missing out for? Christ.
Is that a dildo that you're holding?
Me?
Yeah.
John sentiment.
It's not Monday night.
It's a microphone.
It looks like an anal bead.
Oh, no!
Oh, God. John, is that your microphone there as well?
That's it. No, me and John have just three microphones. You
End
can't
stream.
see mine now. I'm done with that stuff now.
Oh, God. Score prediction, someone said. Wolves are gonna. I think Wolves are gonna click at some point. They got a scrappy 3-0, not 3-0, 1-0 win over Southampton, which is a bit. It was a bit of a tight win. I think they're gonna click at some point, and I think they'll click against Newcastle. And I'm gonna go for a battering.
Keep on, you will be.
I'm gonna go Wolves 3, Newcastle 0.
Oh, Annie.
Get him in the penalty box, man.
For that.
It's a power play.
I speak truth and facts. All I'm saying.
Annie, you said we'd win the last 2 games and we haven't won any of them. You said we'd beat Watford and we didn't. You said we'd win 2-0 at Watford. We did.
Oh, I'm happy he's saying that then.
Yeah.
I'm going to get 3-0 on me fixed odds to Newcastle.
I said 2-0 against Watford as well.
You did. And go on then, Chip, as ask
Pretty
you
close.
as well, my guy. And then the score's going to be.
At best 1-1. I can't say we're winning, unfortunately. I can say a draw at best. Because if we can't beat Watford with all them chances we had, who are we going to beat at the moment? I can't. Without Wilson, I can't say because he'll play draw. He'll not play. Jesus Christ, man, calm your passions, Annie, man. Without, he's going to play Joel, isn't he? He's not going to play Gale, so we're going to have no striker on the pitch again. So, what chance have we got?
This is a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I'd honestly start Joe Linton just because Matt Ritchie will need help against Traore next game.
That's why I would play Lewis instead for a bit of pace.
Oh.
But I think even though Maro at fullback I think we gotta double up and take Traore out of the game.
Could easily play Lewis and Ritchie both down the left.
Could do that, yeah.
I don't think Almiron's was too bad last game, but if we're talking about playing a striker, I'd drop him for Gale because let's be honest, Alan St. Maximum, you can't drop him.
With Steve Bruce gone. If this one that's gonna drop with Steve Bruce.
I wouldn't mind seeing Gale, Alan St. Maximum, Joe Linton.
I would like to see us do Almiron, Fraser, and St. Maximum as a front three. Just a bit of pace and just something to confuse the defence with, man. Swap them over all the time and, just, confuse them.
If Ryan Fraser plays, he'll just cross the ball into no one because we got no one that can head a ball.
Yeah.
Or you'll play him in defensive midfield, man. That's what he'll do.
Yeah, he'll play him as a fucking false 8.
I think the reason why Fraser isn't playing is because he's small and he can't defend corners. That's the only reason why I think Bruce isn't playing him and he's playing Joe Linton there.
Well, also because I think
he can't even defend corners either.
No, he can't, but he's tall at least, isn't he?
True.
Talking of, someone just mentioned Steve Bruce there. If we lose that game tomorrow, right, and on Saturday.
Tomorrow?
Sorry,
I know what you're going to say, and it's no.
Go on. What's going to say, D? Go on.
You're going to say will it be his last game? And the answer is no.
Yeah. You don't think
but
it's
it won't be, because you know why? He's already said it. He's going to keep ticking over until this is all over. So get used to it, because he ain't going nowhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got to
trust Danielle. Trust the
process.
But if it is going to happen, it will be now because it's international break.
Yeah.
And I have a good stat, okay, which says a half of the managers that do eventually get sacked, which normally is about 6, I'm thinking about 6 a season, get fired in the international break or around the international break period. So this is what I like to call
one in 4
a
weeks'
manager's
time as well, isn't there? There's another one in 4 weeks' time.
No.
So
there isn't.
Which one?
Isn't it?
There's one in November as well.
Yeah,
in November as well, yeah. So this
Ashley doesn't like to do his firing when there's a transfer window available coming up, so he tends to do it afterwards so he ain't got spent anything.
I don't think he likes to fire when there's something brewing in the background, i.e. the takeover.
Yeah, tend to agree with you.
You mean bubbling away, as Steve Bruce would say it.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. That's the term.
God.
Yeah, there's irons in the fire for Mike Ashley to not do anything.
Steve Bruce in the chat, see?
Yeah.
Was he in the chat as well, is he?
Yeah.
It's good to see he's more about this chat than he is our team, isn't it?
I know, isn't it?
Well, I'm off to Portugal. Oh God.
The one before it.
I hope
Get off YouTube, Joe
Linton. Can someone abduct them and keep them there or something, or just anything?
Yeah, put him in the McCann's hotel.
We want me to go to McCann's, we'll look after them, eh?
Oh God.
Someone needs to ring up Portuguese police and say they saw him there at that time and get him nicked.
There you go. Wow, doing two about so bad and yes, Bruce on Saturday eat lots of last as well.
Why would Steve Bruce go to Portugal when there's Nando's? He could have peri chicken.
Oh my!
That's too healthy for Steve.
They don't do bacon there, do they?
Must be a bacon Caesar salad.
Look at the comments.
No, don't, Dan. Don't tell him.
That's just thumbs up Daniel just mentioned. I think Bruce will walk out soon.
Yeah, go ahead. Nobody cares. Move on. Keep going.
Keep going.
There we go. No, one more.
Actually, won't bring another match. Why do you want
No, one more. The next one. The next comment. Look, I think this person is a really important part of the takeover. It's going to happen in the near future.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
John, she's very good here. I've had times with her. She's good.
Middle East lawyer, isn't she?
Yeah, John. Have you heard of that person? If so, I think they'll be a very good addition.
What's her name? I can't quite see.
I'm not gonna try to even answer
Damn.
Look at Bruce on the sidelines. He's not got long left, yeah? Celtic are goal down, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
John, look at my comment. I'm going to head off now.
No problem, mate. Listen, you guys are well going to wrap up anyway, but see you on Saturday, mate, for the video call?
Yeah.
Video call, video forum.
Video call, no. What's going on here, like?
Hey, after the match.
Oh my
All
god!
right, see ya.
What's that doing?
One. Oh my god, Billy.
Oh my god. Listen, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now because I've been here for quite a while, nearly an hour and a half here. But I'm just going to just comments very quickly. No.
Oh.
John, I've heard he's a good manager.
Is he German?
Never heard of this guy. Never heard
No,
of
I think
this
you
guy.
need to say his name because it attracts more viewers. Because he's so important. If you say his name, it attracts more viewers.
Half Spanish, half Russian he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's German.
Yeah.
John needs to speak.
And half German.
I think his grandmother's half Zimbabwean as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I can't even pronounce that name. I'm not even going to anyway.
He said it in his head. He said it in his head.
Jake Snow, John.
See you guys,
Easiest name
man.
we can
Have
get.
a great night, everyone. Jake, love you, man. And listen,
Man hole.
watch us on
Love you,
Saturday
love
for that.
you.
So, listen, guys, did you enjoy coming on the show, Lenny?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah, I
Got tears
hated
in my eyes.
it, John. I hated it so much.
John,
I'll get a
I
0
need to
out
say-
of 10 then, yeah? A
John.
0.
John, I need to say one thing before we leave.
Go for it.
Hello, ladies.
Hey!
Yeah, Fridays. Tomorrow, it's Friday tomorrow. Expect the big list. Hello, ladies.
Brilliant.
It's a beautiful Friday, isn't it, girls?
Hello, legends.
I hate this stream so much. Well, I tell you what, sorry, I know you're in Argentina. Maybe the reception.
No, he's joking. He's joking.
I know. But listen, guys, I love you all. And listen, catch us on the watch along on Saturday. I'll be
Love you, John.
the press conference reaction on tomorrow night at around 7 o'clock. See what Bruce has got to say.
John, I'm at work. I'm at work till 6 on Saturday, so don't send me the links. I'll not be able to come on.
No problem. Well,
I'll be on. I'll pop on Jason's video chat thingy at 8 o'clock. Like he does the video thingy chatty thingy that he does.
no problem, mate. Listen. No problem. Thanks so much for coming on anyway. And I'll see you guys.
Oh my God, Joe Linton.
And I'll let you read that.
No, yeah,
Thanks,
don't put
James.
that
What
on.
great stream!
Thanks.
Put it on.
Just
Put it on.
say,
Do it. Do it. Put it on. Don't see it.
Hey, never be defeated.
Good old Colo.
Good old Colo. He was a class player when he had his time. He was a good
Mint.
player. He's mint. I mean, before I let you go, guys, I mean, just quick to rate as a Colo at his time, Billy. Marks out of 10 for Colo.
Solid 8.
Yeah. Marks out of 10 for Colaccini in his time.
Yeah, solid 8. I'll give him an 8.
Chipas?
I'd say 7.
7. Daniel?
7.5.
And you wouldn't remember him anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, I was resting. If you know what I mean.
You were what?
Preston.
You were arresting.
Go on then,
Wow.
Billy. I'll let you for Colaccini. Marks out 10 for Colo in his time at Newcastle 9 seasons. Is it 9 seasons? 8 seasons.
Oh my God.
Pete?
Oh, probably a 7 as well.
A 7. Yeah, I'm going to go 7 as well because look, he has made some few mistakes. First season wasn't the greatest, but listen, I like Colo. He's a decent defender enough, but I still think he's better than the ones we've already got now, to be fair. And
Great captain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my captain. He was my captain in a way. Then, sorry, and I got to mention, Smith was on only club I heard of in the Bristol area.
Joe Linton wants to score out of 10 as well.
Next time I see you, Fabrizio
Billy,
Colaccini.
Joe Linton is a 10 off John.
11.
Certifies 20.
Wow. Yes, I'll leave it
Thomas,
at that. Listen,
next
I'll
time you
catch
say
you
hi
guys
to
on
me in
Saturday,
the chat.
right? Say again.
And he's having a go at Thomas.
Next time
right.
Thomas says hi to
Wow.
me in the chat, dead.
Yeah.
Go on, Andy.
Listen, guys, thanks for coming on, right? And I'll catch you on Saturday. And if you do like my channel, please like, subscribe, leave your comments, and guys, thanks for coming on, and I shall see you guys on Saturday.
No problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.